What it do? Two Beards, One League coming at you again with another episode. Joe, how are you today, buddy?
Oh, well. How are you, Steven?
Working and just getting through life, it feels like right now. I'm sure you're feeling the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I am happy to be here. At least every week I get a little bit of a reprieve from thinking about work and actually get to do something I enjoy. So
For sure. Totally.
thank you for being here.
Of course.
Thank you, audience, for being here. I am going to start the show off by just asking everybody, please like the episode, right? Like, we have weeks where we have so many likes. Last week, we ended up with like 22 views, but 1 like. So like it, please. I need to do better at liking our own show, but just like the show. All right. Let's jump into today's news. So just so you know, Joe, I actually threw in, just because we had so many trades yesterday, it was so much fun. I didn't get into everything. And honestly, the trades we're going to talk about have no impact on fantasy, but I thought it was crazy. The Jets officially are tanking.
Seems like it, yeah.
They traded Quinn Williams for a first. They traded Sauce Gardner for 2 firsts and A.D. Mitchell.
They did the complete opposite of what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah, I did too. They just re-signed Sauce Gardner to a huge contract, and then they traded him.
Yeah.
Now, granted, 2 firsts and A.D. Mitchell seems great when you're rebuilding. I thought it would be interesting to get your perspective, though, because we're both AFC East people, right? Dolphins and Patriots.
For sure.
How do you feel about it? Are you scared? Are you nervous? You think it's like, hey, good job, but I don't know if it means anything?
I don't think it means anything in the short term right now. We won't really know until kind of the season ends, because I didn't exactly see the picks. It's 2 picks for next year, right? And then 1 for 2027.
I believe I think it's 1 pick for next year and 2 for 2027.
So then I think it just depends on what kind of happens in the offseason, because they clearly need the quarterback situation and other needs like on the line and stuff like that. So that's why I was very surprised, like giving away their best defensive player and not trading like Breece Hall.
My only thing is, and I'll say this, right, from a fantasy perspective, I hate the Jets. I really hope to God they do not draft Jeremiah Smith, because that is the guy I've been talking to you about it for like 2 years now. Yeah. I think Jeremiah Smith is an amazing player. He's my Marvin Harrison Jr. He's the player I want to get in Dynasty. He's the one player. Just please don't be on Jets. I don't care who you're on, just not the Jets.
I don't think they would go wide receiver again.
I hope not.
It could happen, but I would be very shocked if they win wide receiver. We have no quarterback. We're just going to get playmakers. Who cares?
This is what I'll say is the Dolphins did this a few years back in 2020. The players, we had 3 first-round picks. We took Tua Tagovailoa, took Austin Jackson, and we took Noah Igbenogany, and we are resetting in 2025. So doesn't mean anything. You can't do something with the picks.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into our injuries. Puka Nacua limited. Devontae Adams looks amazing, but Puka did practice. And they said he's most likely going to play.
Yeah, I saw that earlier too.
James Cook did not practice. He has the foot injury. So I picked up Ray Davis today. It could mean nothing, right? Like if he plays, I'm just going to drop Ray Davis. I just dropped him for a defensive player, but if not, James Cook is one of the top 5 backs. So, and he plays the terrible Dolphins this week. So
never thought I'd hear that out of your mouth. Okay.
The Dolphins are terrible. Dude, I will always admit when my team is terrible. Usually my fantasy team and real life team do not coincide. So it's sad that they do right now, because I have no football I want to root for. Kyler Murray on IR. I think he might be done in Arizona.
I think he is. Well, when I saw the thing that Jacoby Brissett was starting, I was like, oh, are they done with him? And then like an hour later, I saw the injury report going on IR. But yeah, I think I agree with you. I think he's done, because Jacoby Brissett makes that, like Marvin Harrison is doing stuff, and then the offense looks a lot better with him under center than Kyler Murray, unfortunately.
And Kyler Murray hasn't played since week 5, so he should have been on IR already. It just feels like they're kind of done. Kyler Murray's going to end up playing somewhere else next offseason.
I think so. Maybe the Jets.
Yeah. Maybe the Dolphins. Michael Pittman did not practice his glute. I literally just wanted to say that because he tore his butt, and all I could think of was Ted Lasso when he goes, "Hey, we've all been there. We've torn our butt before. It's no big deal." I just had to throw that one in there. He tore his butt.
It's hilarious.
Rico Dowdle did not practice his quad. this seemed precautionary. It didn't seem like, from
Yeah.
what again, I'm just looking at Yahoo. So Yahoo kind of made it was no big deal. Roma Dunze did not practice again with his ankle, but neither did DJ Moore. They did this last week. Same thing with Kyle Monogany. The only player that practiced this week was DeAndre Swift, but it kind of, I think that was because he didn't play, so they wanted to get him a limited practice in.
For sure.
Bucky Irving still is not practicing, so
yeah,
I added this one on just because he should have been on IR. If he's still not practicing, he's been out 4 weeks. It seems way more serious than they initially said. Last one is BTJ. So Brian Thomas Jr. did not practice with his ankle. Obviously, Travis Hunter's on IR, which, we didn't even get to talk about because it happened on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Thomas Jr. did not practice. Travis Hunter's on IR. They just traded for Jacoby Meyer, so could be a big week for him.
I think he'll be limited. I think it'll be more of a Parker Washington week.
Yeah, I could see that. Jacoby Myers can run posts and goes, man. Like, he doesn't have to know much. He just, can you run a post, a go, and a crossing route? I got you. That's it for news and updates. I think that's everything. I'm sure I missed something, right? Like, there's all kinds of stuff I missed, but
okay,
that's there. All right, let's get into it. So next up, we have not one, but 2 special guests. Fun week. I appreciate them both joining our show. It's awesome when this happens.
Yeah.
We have the person who beat me last week in my lovely wife, and the person I play this week who has constantly cursed me. They both get to be on the show today. So let's bring them on. Here's Sarah and Brandon. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm glad you guys got to join us. It's always fun, right? Having more people is great. I love that we've shrunk down to 4 windows and not just 2 or 3. So it's awesome to see everybody's face. I wanted
we
to
don't have beards or anything to go with the motif.
Yeah,
well, it can't be 2. It can't be 2 beards in one league if there's 4 beards on the screen. So, but thank you guys for joining. I did want to just get into this. I was going to let Sarah start because she did beat me last week. We have the Beat Steve segment coming up, all that fun stuff. But I thought it'd be fun to let you kind of talk about how you reverse jinx me. And then so did Brandon. So you guys worked in tandem to jinx me. It was the most devastating thing ever. But go ahead and start, Sarah.
I was fairly positive that you were going to win. The whole time, all weekend, you were gonna win, and then you didn't. I don't know what happened. It just didn't work out for you, but it worked out for me, and I was very happy to see that because I went to bed because I was like, he already won. There's no stinking way I'm gonna win. So I just went to bed. I'm like, I don't want to watch this, and I woke up in the morning and I looked at it and I won.
So on top of that, so this whole week was just, last week was, I was like, stop talking. Sarah did 3 things and then Brandon added on top of it, which I'll get into. Sarah, so on Thursday, Lamar goes off, right? 34, 33 points. And I'm like stoked. Great week. My team is actually doing well this week. I score over 100 points. Amon-Ra's doing stuff. Puka's back. Nico Collins is doing, like, my team actually looks decent. I look like I'm going to win. I'm up, I think, 30 points or something like that going into that last game. I still have Ken Walker, and all she has is Sam Darnold. So I was sitting there going, oh, I'm great. Brandon even texts me. He goes, man, we both get a win this week. It's fantastic. So Brandon sends the text that says, oh, you've already won, whatever. Now, at this point, Saturday, I was at the football field all day. We were coaching for youth championships. I didn't get home until 8 o'clock at night. Sunday, Emory had tennis practice. I went out there. I was outside all day. So right around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I was gassed. I had nothing left. So I went to bed. Like, I was like, I got to go to sleep. So I had watched maybe the first 10 minutes of the game, and then I went to sleep with full intention of like, I'm up by enough points that I should win. And I wake up at 4:30 the next morning and look, and I was just like, I lost. So like, I even said the text to Brendan, you jinxed me. What happened?
Good job, Brendan.
Yeah. So I
Appreciate you, Brandon.
was like,
You know, if anybody in the league wants me to curse their opponent, hit me up.
yeah. So that was this last week. I was like, what is happening? This sucks.
Hey, Brandon, can you curse my opponent for this coming up week? His name is Aaron.
Gotta curse Aaron.
Sorry, Aaron. She asked first.
Fair enough. Brendan, go ahead and
Billy
curse
Bird gets
my
the worm.
opponent. It's you.
I don't think it's self-reflective. I don't know.
I don't think he can text himself, so I don't think it would work.
Well, I'm gonna.
You
try
can.
it.
You can. I've texted myself. You just put your number in the top,
Okay.
and then your phone goes ding. You should
all
try
right.
it.
Well,
You
there's a little bit of what happened this last week. Brandon, you actually pulled out a win, and we play each other this week. So I thought I'd let you give a little bit of backstory, just so you know. Joe and I did not pick you to win. So,
And then that's totally fair. In a vacuum, I wouldn't have picked myself either. Basically, at this point in the season, what I'm doing is, and you kind of touched on it last week. I thought it was hilarious that you touched on it because I was thinking the exact same thing watching it, is that I shoot for 130 points. And that is my average every week. And if I hit 130, I'm happy. And then I just either let my opponent outscore me or fail. And so it's just one of those, like, I'm going to get my 130 and then just wait. And that's pretty much what happened. I can't see my exact score from the week, but I think it was hovering around there after Trey.
I think you ended up beating him 127 to 107. I'll get the exact score, but it was around that.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Exactly.
random.
So
it's fine.
130, like, I figure if I score 130, I'm going to win about 50% of my games at this point. So
it was even closer. It was 129.82.
Yeah.
Literally
so
130.
Mr. 130 over here, that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the season. If I do that, I'm totally happy.
So we're at the part of the season right now where we're actually repeating opponents. So week 10, we're going to go back through whoever we played weeks 1 through 4. So again, I get to start with you, Brandon, and then we'll go through it. Kind of fun, right? So I get to play you again. I think I beat you the first time. I scored 139 and you scored 130. Our teams have changed drastically since then. So how are you feeling about this week's matchup?
I mean, if I recall, I think it was immediately after our game is when we traded, right? And
no, I had Bo Nix for one more week and I sat.
You had Bo for one more. So, but it was shortly, after that. And so you're right. The landscape has changed. And we'll probably touch on it when we go to the predictions, but I like the way that your team looks this week. I know there's some injuries and things going on, but I see momentum.
Yeah, it's a 5-game losing streak. The momentum's in the wrong way.
You never know; it could turn around this week.
I feel confident in you. If you can score more than 130 points, you're gonna win the game.
I appreciate that. No, I've honestly all season in this league, in Mountain West, and in almost every league I'm in, I have felt like I have a solid team. It has just not panned out that way. But if we're being honest, I'm the lowest scoring team in the league. Like Mike and Joe, who are in last place, have not scored as low as I have. Now, granted, there was a 4-week stretch where I didn't score 100 points, so that didn't help. But yeah, if we look at it from that perspective, I'm the worst team in the league. We'll see. We'll see if it changes, but
I mean, we put up more than 130 and we lost. So what does that tell you?
I mean, I put up 140 and Sarah and I's game was the closest game of the week and I still lost. So
yeah.
I can't see you.
you know, it just goes to show you. We can all hear you though, Sarah.
Yes, we
Oh,
can.
sorry.
you closed your picture. You did not mute your mic.
It's okay. She's got to be a mom.
Yeah. So we'll see. I feel like you're reverse jinxing me a little bit there. So we'll see
Sorry,
how
I
it
forgot to
goes.
do both of those.
It's all good.
I'm
I
never
think
coming
Brandon's-
back again.
I think
can
Brandon's
feel
doing
it.
fine. You're doing great, Brandon. You're doing great.
All right, let's get into everybody's favorite segment, the Beat Steve segment. We'll start with the picture I created for Sarah beating me. So like I said, right?
You
went
make
to
it
bed.
sound like I beat you, like
You do beat me.
abuse you.
Not that kind of beat.
I'm gonna take this off so we can all still see Brandon's face. Sam Darnold just crushed my soul, so that's why I created this one. I am on the 5-game losing streak, so I thought it'd be fun to do. Next one. So Beat Steve has just kind of become Beat Steven and Joe and Mike, because that's kind of where we're at. I thought this one would be a fun one. I did the Cinderella picture. Joe is slowly getting shorter, as he's told me many times. Why am I so short in these pictures? I don't put a picture of you in there. I just say make the guy Hispanic, and short.
Guy short.
And it
I
just
know I am a
slowly
short
makes you
Hispanic
short.
guy.
I'm just going to say make it a short Hispanic baby. But I thought this was fun as like a Cinderella picture where you guys held the trophy, you guys won, you're the defending champs at 1-8. Most likely you're not making the championship or playoffs, but you're probably playing to not be in the, loser toilet bowl.
No, because that'll go to you. So
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
chooses the toilet bowl punishments?
Usually it's me. This year, if I'm the one who loses it, we will have to discuss it, but I have no problem punishing myself.
No, don't worry. I could do that.
It could be the champ of the league too. So
Hey, I'm on my way.
yeah, we'll see.
Step aside, y'all.
All right.
I'm not going to win, but I could, and I can plan it for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Sounds good.
Got you.
Thank you. The next one is just because Brandon did win, I decided our ongoing joke is Brandon is a Chiefs fan. Well, he beat the Chiefs fan in Ryan. And so I just made it, Brandon got to wear Travis Kelce. I did that as a little stab at Ryan because he's a huge Kelce fan. He still got to wear Mahomes' jersey, but Brandon is the bigger Chiefs fan. It's been decided.
And I tell you, I was nervous going into that Chiefs game, watching it because of what they did the week before. I was like, oh no, he's got 3, key Chiefs players. I'm gonna get smoked here. They're probably gonna get a total of like 50 points between the 3 of them. But then watching that game, I was like, oh, this could be my in for a win. Was just that one game.
Yep.
he was saying that out loud, and inside he was dying because his Chiefs were getting beat.
He's like, oh, my team's losing. All right. But last, certainly not least, is our new team name Wednesday. This is the ongoing joke because Brandon still hasn't changed his name. He's still Lamar Zard.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know what to say at this point. Brandon, change your name. You're actually on the show. Change your name. Change your name. Change your name. Just change your name. But now we're getting to the point where if we're not changing our name, I'm just going to come up with ones that get a little progressively worse, as we've said. I've already got next week's. It's terrible. Joe will think it's the best thing ever because it's a meme he sends all the time, and I just made it better. But this week, because the Jets made all of those trades, I thought it would be a lot more fun to call you the Butt Fumblers. So that's your new team name. Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday, whatever day we're recording on. Today it's Wednesday. You're the Butt Fumblers. I do want to point out, I create an image for you every week, and I have no problem sending you it. And some of them are really good. This one is good. Okay,
They're fantastic.
You could be the butt fumblers, and I will continue to just rename everything for everyone.
You know,
We'll just have new team names.
I had considered changing my name right here on the podcast, but with your, promise that these are going to get worse, I kind of want to see where this goes.
Oh, I'm still going to post it. If you change your name, I'm just going to change it for whoever's in last place, or for you, for Mike and Joe, or I'm going to start changing it,
or for you,
for my punishment. Yeah.
I mean,
that won't be your only.
Yeah, I mean, if next week's is
No.
what I think it is, then I mean, I would take that one.
Joe's like, yeah, that's the one I want.
Yeah, I'll take that one for sure. You can wait till next week, Brandon.
All right. So that one was fun. The butt fumblers. I wanted to throw it in with accordance of the week, right? The Jets trading everybody, and why not? All right. So let's go ahead and get into our next thing. We have our week 9 recap. We've already touched a lot on all of this stuff, but good to get into it even further.
Mhm.
We'll start, obviously, Sarah and Sam Darnold just destroyed me and made me cry a little bit. I don't think there's much to add there because we've talked at length about it, but unless there's something Sarah wants to throw in.
No,
you're good.
I'm just happy with my lineup. I did a good job.
Yeah, you did. This
there was nobody this week. There was nobody on my bench where I was like, "Ooh, I should have started them."
Yeah. So
this next all the right players.
This next one was the matchup of the week. So very surprised at how this game played out.
Yeah.
I can't believe how it went, but it was Aaron versus Jacob. So it was the 1 seed at the time versus the I think the 4th seed.
Mm-hmm.
And great matchup. We really thought it was going to be a lot closer. Aaron ended up being the second highest scoring team. So we were right on one side of it. Jacob on the other side only put up 95 points. So Jacob was the lowest scoring team this week. It kind of sucked, right? For him, Tucker Kraft goes down. So he's on IR. Jonathan Taylor only scores 7 points.
Yep.
On top of that, he had Jordan Love, who put up 9, and then he started Tyrone Tracy, who put up 6. Even when I looked at Jacob's bench, he didn't have a ton of points that were sitting on his bench either. So it's not like he might have been able to break 100, but he wasn't going to get close. Justin Jefferson was his next highest scoring player. So he had Josh Jacobs at 20, and then Justin Jefferson at 16, and George Pickens at 13. Nobody else on his team scored in double digits. So rough week for him. Jonathan Taylor's been carrying. Tucker Kraft going down. It's just a hard week. So we were kind of right, but
no, that should have happened last week or the week before. Sorry.
I would have been happy if that happened.
I would have been.
I played him too. It is what it is, right? It was just one of those matchups that we called it as the game of the week.
Yeah.
It didn't end up going that way, so it kind of sucked. The other game we actually had pretty high on our list that we said might be the game of the week was JJ versus Robert.
Mm-hmm.
And that game did end up being closer to the game of the week. JJ destroyed Robert, but Robert was the 3rd highest scoring team. So it's not like Robert played bad. JJ just had Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers going off 4 touchdowns, just he's 43 points. And then he also had Christian McCaffrey for 34 and T. Higgins for 33. Jacob, there's not much anybody could have done. 199 points was the most points we've seen almost all season. And Robert had Roma Dunze, who just had 3 targets and 0 points. Like, I don't even think Robert had anything else he could have done to make that better.
Mm-mm.
Maybe Matthew Stafford over Josh Allen for 4 extra points. That's it. So it was good game. Not much more to add there. Next in our matchups was Ryan and Brandon. So we kind of talked about this one already.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon did pull it out, put up his 129. You know, Brandon, do you have anything else to add?
No, we about covered it. Just gonna, do the same next week. So
Yeah. Ryan did tell me he lives and dies by the sword, right? Like Chiefs go off, he wins. Chiefs don't, he loses. Ryan ended up having a lot of points on his bench, but Patrick Mahomes has been playing so well, you're not going to start Justin Herbert over him. Michael Pittman on his bench with 20. But again, Jordan Addison and Jamar Chase, DK Metcalf have all been playing amazing, and you're not going to start him over Rashee Rice. So get where he's coming from.
Brandon has Bo Nix. That's why.
Brandon does have Bo Nix.
I'm a Bo believer.
And an Emeka Ibuka. So
you send me the text every time he goes off. So
Bo Nix.
I'm keeping it appropriate what he actually says. So
yeah, I figured. Last but not least is Terrence pulled out the victory on you, Joe, and Mike. You know, do you have anything to add here?
Yeah, it's super bad that you don't even have our points to show how much we lost by.
Do I really not have your points on there?
You don't. It was 129. I think that's how much we scored. 129 or
126. 138 to 126.
Yeah. I mean, what can I say? Brian Thomas didn't do much. Vidal didn't do much. Genty went off. Derrick Henry did good. Yeah. We have more injuries still.
Did you have anybody you were thinking of starting over? I know with Ramondre being down, did you think about starting Henderson over? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Over Vidal, because I know Vidal he had a great week the week before, but I wasn't sure.
No, because we were going to start Vidal and Henry, obviously, and then it was actually between Genty and Henderson, because I float the idea because I always like to have the lineup set up on Saturday night, but I text Mike early morning. I was like, we're good with Genty, right? I was like, not over Henderson, because I'm like, I know everyone's going to start Henderson this week. He's like, yeah, I think Genty's fine. So we went with Genty instead. I know Henderson got 12 points. We probably should have started him over Vidal, but I don't know if it would have helped or not.
You guys would have then ended up losing. I'm doing the math right here. You would have lost by 3 points.
Yeah, like Brian Thomas Jr. getting hurt and then Vidal not doing anything, I think is what kind of killed us, because we had Kittle, Drake May did fine, and then our other receivers did okay, because I know we didn't have McLaurin and Pearsall still and someone else. Our bench has been hurt. So
yeah, the only way you guys would have won is if you started Kincaid over Kittle, which you're not going to do.
Yeah, we weren't going to do that.
So rough week.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, what can you do?
All right, let's get into our record. So Joe, both of us ended up going 2-3 this week. We picked the exact same. Fantastic this week, though. We actually get a few extra people to pick with us. So we are going to do our records. Just so we know, on the season, you and I are within 2 games of each other. I am at 15-15. You are at 13-17. Yep. Our guests are at 1-4. So our guests is Ryan. But Brandon and Sarah are also going to pick this week. Hopefully they can get a little bit better record than 1-4. Maybe our guests will eventually surpass us if we can keep getting guests on here, right? Mm-hmm. Before we do anything, the matchup of the week this week, we talked about so many different matchups. Yahoo has it as Sarah versus Aaron. That makes sense, right? Sarah is probably stoked. She gets to be matchup of the week. But from this perspective, it's 4 versus 5. It does make sense. If Sarah wins, she moves ahead of Aaron, because total points, she already has more points than him. So there's a potential Sarah could move up to 3rd even.
Step aside, son.
Step aside, Aaron.
Just kidding.
The other 2 we talked about was Ryan versus Robert. Yeah, Ryan versus Robert, because again, 6-3 versus 5-4. The difference is Ryan's in 3rd. Robert's in 6th place right now. And then the one we joked about, but it could actually end up mattering, is Brandon versus myself. So I'm in 9th, he's in 8th, but we're both at 3 and 6. pretty much whoever loses this game is eliminated, right? We talk about it all the time. 7-7 is your minimum. Whoever loses this week is literally at 7 losses. A lot harder to go on a 4 or 5 game winning streak. And then you have to hope not only are the people in front of you losing, but you're scoring more points than them. And it comes down to a lot. And I even told Joe, I don't think if I lose another game, I can make it, because my points for those 4 weeks were so low. I'd have to go on crazy runs for points to end up having a chance. So all good weeks, but we are going to give it to Sarah versus Aaron this week. Sarah, go ahead and start us off. What are you feeling? Do you feel confident in this matchup?
No, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna lose.
Okay.
Because that's just what happens. I don't want to. I want to win.
So you have Garrett Wilson and Rico Dowdle in your lineup right now. Both of them are injured. Do you have backup plans?
Because I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
It's not Thursday yet.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Okay, we have like weird stuff going on at my school. Like we had we had professional development on Monday, so no kids. And then on Tuesday, it was election day, so we didn't go to school. So we went back to school today, and it felt like Monday. So
are you confident in starting Shaheed with that trade if you have to? Because he was traded to Seattle?
No, because I don't feel like they're going to play him because they don't know him yet.
He goes deep. That's what he does. They can get him the ball easily.
He can be fast and run down the field.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at that when I saw that Shaheed got traded. I was like, oh, Darnold gets another threat, and it's a deep threat who can get out there. I was like, we might be looking at like MVP material here if Darnold continues on this track. So think about that.
Okay, so I hear you saying start Darnold and Shaheed.
I think you just need to see if everybody's injured and go from there. But I don't think you can start.
I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hard to start Darnold over Jalen Hurts, but he also did just win you the week. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
On the other side of it is Aaron, who still has Alvin Kamara, as Joe and I have joked about a million times. He's super consistent, is Aaron, but he's down CeeDee Lamb, he's down Chase Brown, and he's down Dak Prescott. This is a great week for Sarah to catch him. Joe Flacco's on bye, Tajay Spears is on bye, Cam Scatterbu's on IR. Literally the only other person he has on his bench that is active is Zach Ertz.
Yep.
He is doomed if one person on his team cannot play.
Yep. So there you go, Sarah.
Yeah. But I still feel like, I don't know.
He's still got a great team. He still has Daniel Jones, JSN, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton. Yeah. I could totally see why you'd start Sam Darnold to kind of counter the JSN play, but you also have Jalen Hurts. So
I know.
I love making this even harder for you to make any decisions.
And you know how great I am at making decisions in the first place. Yes. Without overthinking my overthinking.
I am doing this a little bit for Brandon too, because I know he can't look at his phone because he's recording on his phone and we have to pick. So I wanted him to have a little bit of a lineup.
Appreciated.
Because we are going to do our picks. So we are going to let the guests start us off. Sarah, it's your matchup.
Okay.
Who are you picking?
I'm going to pick my team.
Sarah's picking herself. You know what? I love the confidence. Brandon, go ahead and are you picking Aaron or Sarah here?
I'm gonna pick Sarah in this matchup just because of the amount of injuries. It's a little lopsided, and I like the momentum that Sarah's team is gaining. So
fair enough. Joe.
So the injuries do kind of frighten me a little bit. I do like Aaron's wide receiver matchups with JSN and Adams and Sutton. I do think Daniel Jones will have a little bit of a difficult game. I think he has a bounce back game somewhat, but I mean, We played
He had a
Atlanta last
hard
week.
game last week.
He had a hard game last week, and Atlanta is the #1 pass defense, so that does mean something. So I don't know how well Daniel Jones will do, but I do like Sarah with Dwaddle and Gibbs, and then Olave's been being consistent.
And
And then-
Olave just lost Shahid's targets, right?
Yep.
Those targets
The
are
target
most
share is
likely
going to go to
somewhere.
him. So I'm actually going to go with Sarah this week over Aaron because Aaron doesn't have Lamb and Dak and so and Brown. Those three have been contributing a lot. So
Yeah, and the other part that is important to remember is Pittsburgh kind of showed you how to beat Indianapolis, right? Stop if we stop Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, they limited him.
Can you, and you don't have the play action pass, we get you to 3rd and longs.
Yep.
Daniel Jones looked more like Daniel Jones. I will point out the exact same things. I do love Aaron's matchups, even missing CeeDee Lamb. He has JSN, he has Devontae Adams, he has Cortland Sutton, amazing wide receivers. And he started, and it's Stephon Diggs, which I know is, your big one here.
Yeah.
I would just preface this just like last week. I feel like Sarah is the advantage here, but Garrett Wilson and Rico Dowdle are massive question marks. If they go, I 100% am giving it to Sarah, and that's why I'm picking her, because I am under the information that they're going to play.
Yep.
That could change everything. If they don't go,
we're changing
it's a
our
lot
picks.
harder to call. So I'll go with Sarah.
You can't do that.
I will say the
can't do
same
that.
thing. I actually agree. Unfortunately, that means it's a clean sweep. So let's see if we're right like we were last time.
Maybe you should go first because you seem to like copying me. So
no, I'm picking against you this week. But last week I thought I'd pick opposite of you, and you picked the same. So we just have similar thought processes, which is why this show is so hard, because we think the same. Also, we are both very low on the totem pole, so it's probably a bad thing.
it's just a bad year for us. It's okay.
All right, jumping into the next one. So, Brandon, this is our matchup. So, just like I let Sarah go first, I will let you go. I am going to give a little bit of a lineup breakdown just because I know you can't see your phone. It does look like you have Bo Nix, Lad McConkey, Wan'Dale Robinson in, Xavier Worthy's on bye, and DeAndre Swift and Ramondre Stevenson and Emeka Ibuka are not currently in. I'm assuming those guys will be in. My side, I have no one on bye, and Puka Nacua had a limited practice. So nothing terrible. My running backs are kind of garbage, and we'll kind of go from there. But I'll let you lead us off.
So taking all that into account and the streak that you're on, to me, that streak can't continue. And I think you're due for a big game. And I think that you will edge out me in the end. So I'm going to pick you. I think you're going to probably have about a
Reverse
135
jinxing me again.
point game. What's that?
You're reverse jinxing. I'm going to lose because you said I'm going to win.
But I think you'll barely edge me out by about 4 or 5 points. You'll probably have about 135. Just because of, the kind of carousel of wide receiver slotting that I've been having to do with Ibuka being in and out, and then Wan'Dale being Wan'Dale. It's been hard to pick on that one. Also, Swift was out last week, right?
Correct. Right.
And I can't tell yet. Is he back?
He practices on a limited basis today, and he has a great matchup against the Giants. So
So if he plays, I'll feel better because me, he's my all reliable. So because if I have Swift and Ramondre, then I'll feel better. But I think overall, I think I'm going to give it to you.
All right, Sarah.
I pick you.
Sarah picks
Steven.
me. All right,
Yeah.
Joe, we will switch off going back and forth. So I'll take this one because it's my game. I'm picking Brandon because at some point I have to lose or win, but it's just, I don't think it's going to be this week because his name is Lamar Azard still. I think I'm cursed. Looking at the projections right now, we're pretty much dead even. and I'm saying that because he doesn't have he doesn't have DeAndre Swift or Emeka Ibuka in. When you add those points in, I think you're projected to win, Brandon, by about 3.
Yeah.
I'm picking Brandon. I can't. I would love to pick myself, but you know what? I'm just going to pick against me. I'm on a 5-game losing streak. At a certain point, you just go, hey, keep picking yourself and you lose. Try something different. I'll let you go, buddy. Joe.
Oh, I mean, you pretty much said everything I wanted to say anyway.
It doesn't matter. We picked the same.
Yeah. No, he's kicking your ass this week. No, in seriousness, I don't think he'll have Swift this week because the reports I saw is that they might sit him, even though he's been practicing, just to give him an extra week of rest. I do think with Ibuka, if looks like he's going to play, which is good
he
for
doesn't have
Brandon.
an injury
Designation at all. So I think
designation.
that's gonna. They're playing us this week, so we'll see. I do like your wide receiver, Steven, of course, Buka and St. Brown and Collins, Lamar, great. Running backs, I mean, I like Jordan Mason, especially since Aaron Jones got hurt. I don't think he's playing this week. And then Baltimore I know their defense has gotten better, but their run game is run defense, is not very good. I'm just trying to give you kudos to your team because I know you're going to lose this week not because of your lineups, but because you're cursed. Brandon's on here. He's going to text you this week. He's going to give you some confident boost comment in the text message, and that's going to jinx you and screw you over, and you're going to lose. So I'm going to go with Brandon.
Well, here's the greatest thing about it is Brandon has a player on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not. My last guy plays at 225. Brandon's last guy is Lad McConkey. Plays at 620. Lad McConkey, I will be up by 40 points. And Lad McConkey's going off for 50. It doesn't matter what it is. I already know Brandon's going to send me the text. He's going to be like, man, I just think it's over. And then all of a sudden, Lad McConkey, 55, 7. He looks like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So I'm expecting the loss. I've acknowledged it. I'm okay with it.
Same here.
We'll just move on with our.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like anyone in this league has any history with me and wide receivers going for like 55 points, right, Joe?
Yeah, screw you, buddy.
Yeah. So, yeah, we already talked on the next game, which is what we called the game of the week. So Sarah versus Aaron. So we'll go on to the next one. Jacob at 6-3 versus Terrence. Great matchup this week. Yep. It's the 2 versus the 7. Terrence is on a nice little run. I'm hoping he loses because it gives me a better shot to try to move up if I do by some miracle pull off a victory because Brandon changes his name to the Butt Fumblers. On the other side of this, right, you have Jacob who got Justin Jefferson versus Baltimore, Devonta Smith, Darius Slayton he has in his lineup, and I'm pretty sure that's because he's got a ton of people on bye. He does. His team is at that point right now, Jacob's team, where it feels really good, but it's very dependent on the players that are healthy. Yeah. So he really needs Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs and Justin Jefferson to have great games so he can pull out the victory. Terrence, on the other hand, is having to start Michael Wilson. And that kind of sucks. His third wide receiver is not very good. The pick we all made fun of him for, though, in Quinshon Judkins, does look amazing. He is got no injury tag. They just traded Quentin Williams, and they're playing the Jets. So I'm going to let Sarah lead us off on this one. Who do you got, Sarah? You got the Dolphins fan, or do you got Jacob?
Well,
pick with your heart.
I have to go with what my heart tells me because I got
you
distracted
weren't listening
and
what I was
I
talking.
wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pick Jacoby.
Okay.
Sorry, Terrence, but you took my Dolphin players from me, so
the vengeance pick because you took my players.
Yeah. I was gonna take them.
Yeah. All right, Brandon.
Jacob.
Brandon, who you got, buddy?
This one's definitely a little tougher.
For
Like
sure.
I can't think of like a clear advantage on either side. Both are going to be, dealing with different things. But I think I'll go ahead and I'll pick Terrence this week.
Makes sense. All right, Joe, I'm going to let you lead off this one. I took the last one, even though we picked the exact same.
I'm probably going to pick the exact same here in this one too. Just going off the matchups and stuff, the running back matchups I actually do like a lot between the two of them. I think they're pretty even. I think it'll come down to Josh Jacobs and then Achan again in that matchup.
Yep.
Like I think who performs better will honestly edge it out. I think Jonathan Taylor gets back on track. I think Saquon. Judkins is actually a great flex. I love that flex for this week. I think I'll go with Jacob this week.
This is a hard one. So Jacob is this is why I'm having a hard time picking Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob is very into that Monday night Philadelphia versus Green Bay game. He's got Jordan Love. He's got Devonta Smith. He's got Josh Jacobs. On the other side, Terrence is the exact same boat. A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley. They need a high-scoring game for those guys to perform.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually going to go with Jacob only because I think Philadelphia's defense is a little worse, even though they traded for Jordan Phillips. I don't know he's going to be able to come in and just do amazing things. However, I could see this game very much coming down to if you have more of the players on that Monday night game, you lose because it ends up being a 7-12 game or 7-15, like a low scoring. It's a slugfest game.
7-12.
Well, yeah, because
4 field goals. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the other thing too, because since Terrence does have AJ Brown and Saquon, I don't think both of them go off. Only one of them will do well.
And we've talked about that.
And
honestly, Quinshawn Judkins could be the difference maker, right?
Yeah.
My biggest fear is it's in New York and that field sucks with him, and he's coming off that injury. We'll see. He could be the difference maker. It's going to be hard to tell. I think Jared Goff ends up with a great game this week.
Yeah, especially since Washington's down Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
I do think it is the comeback game for Jonathan Taylor, though. This is a Europe game. It's a 7:30 a.m. game. So for everyone, Atlanta, Indianapolis, 7:30 in the morning our time, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 if you're on California or West Coast time. Be aware of that. But usually those teams run the heck out of the ball. Yep. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. Yes, we are agreeing on that pick, Joe. Just is what it is. Next one is JJ versus you, Joe. I will take the lead, so you guys don't have to pick that one. But JJ, I hate JJ's team because I have to scroll down and figure out who he's going to pick. So let's just start with the Mike and Joe side for our guests so they can hear it. It looks like you guys have Drake May in, Quinshawn Johnston, Romeo Dobbs, Brian Thomas Jr., who might not play, Vidal, Henry, Kittle, Ashton Genty. Obviously, you guys haven't set your lineup because this is your last week. You still have Breece Hall on the bench.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield, Travion Henderson. All those guys. Maybe Breece Hall makes it in. Hard to tell. On the other side of it, JJ has Zay Flowers, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Bowers. Amazing. James Cook, again, may or may not go, but he is playing the Dolphins.
Yep.
Tet McMillan, and his quarterback is Jackson Dart. Caleb Williams
and Jackson Dart.
Yeah, so probably plays Caleb Williams because they play the Giants. He might be starting Debo and Christian Watson. I can't 100% tell who his old team's going to be. You just kind of have to guess. I'm going to have to start texting him and be like, can you just kind of set your lineup so I can use it? And then you can re-unset
Well,
it.
it's Wednesday too. He's notorious for making moves on Thursday and Friday. So And I'll tell you why with my pick. So go ahead.
I am going to. I'll start us off here. I'll let you go last, Joe, so you can get into it. I am going to take JJ here.
Yep.
Brock Bowers losing Jacoby Myers. He becomes wide receiver 1 more. Hard to pick against him. Rooting for you guys, but I think it's hard to pick against JJ.
Totally.
Brandon, go ahead and take this next one.
Well, initial gut reaction is to pick JJ, but I'm going to play a little devil's advocate on this one here. Brock Bowers is a huge part of his whole scheme, right? And Las Vegas plays Denver, correct?
They do tomorrow night.
And so if Denver can shut down Brock Bowers, then I think that you actually have a decent shot of winning. So I'm going to play devil's advocate and go against the grain here. I'm going to pick you guys, Joe and Mike.
If Denver has an amazing defense, the important thing to remember is they still have Ashton Jeanty. So,
I mean, it's hit or miss for him. It doesn't matter. So we have a tough matchup this week. Just I'll let Sarah go and then
Sarah, go ahead.
Hey Joe, I like you a lot. You're a great friend. I really do, and I'm sorry, but
you can be with your husband,
JJ, just because JJ's team it's just too good. It's just good. I'm sorry.
It is a good team,
and your team is not as good, and I'm sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong. So
I feel like this is just not your year.
Yeah, no, I mean, clearly for 1-8. So yeah, no offense. You pick with your gut, Sarah.
I did. Maybe my gut could be wrong, but I don't know.
Could be.
Joe, you are last but not least here. It's your team, so
yeah, I'm going with us. Clearly, I always do.
Fair.
Not because, but no, I think I was looking at JJ's lineup, and if Cook doesn't go, probably terrible for saying this because he's probably going to go make a move. He doesn't have another running back outside of Brian Robinson that he can start.
And I picked up the backup running back for.
So if James Cook doesn't go, which could happen.
Yep.
I mean, he's down a running back. The Vegas matchup tomorrow night is tough, so I don't know what's going to happen. Like I agree with Brandon. Like I think one of them will get shut down, either Bowers or Jeanty. It'll probably be Jeanty, to be quite honestly, because he's been getting shut down most games. Our running back situation is rough. Again, Jeanty, and then we have Breece Hall playing the Browns. So
I will say this: if you want to counter JJ a little bit, he's not going to see this right away. Go pick up Ty Johnson too. And then JJ has nobody out of the Buffalo backfield. It's just a block counter, right? Like, hey, you got to pick up someone else.
Well, I know I had him in my mind. That's why when you said that you picked up Ray Davis, I was like, why didn't you pick up Ty Johnson? And like he would be the one that I would pick up. But
Ty Johnson has been the third down back. I think he continues that role even if James Cook is out and Ray Davis gets the lead running back role.
Yeah,
it's what they've proven they'll do. It's what they did last season. I picked up Ty Johnson for a second, and then I went back and forth. So I picked up Ray Davis. I picked up Ty Johnson. I picked Ray Davis back up.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think it depends if Cook's out. I even if he was in, I think we can sneak one in finally. Like it's not going to be a blow away. If we win, and we'll win by like 1 or 2 points, to be quite honest.
Fair. All right. Last but not least is Ryan versus Robert. So this is a big one because the Chiefs are on bye, right? So Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, Patrick Mahomes, but also Cincinnati's on bye. So he's out Jamar Chase and Tony Pollard. Ryan legitimately only person on his bench that he could start right now is Aiden Hutchinson. That's it. His team still looks good, right? He's starting Justin Herbert, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, Michael Pittman, J.K. Dobbins, Kyron Williams, and Khalil Shakir. So it's not like his team is terrible.
Yep.
But But on the other side of it, you have Josh Allen, Rome Odunze, Drake London, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyle Monongahela, Rashad White, Tyler Warren, Josh Downs. But he also has on his bench the same problem. Bucky Irving, if he goes, you take him out for Rashad White. Like, it's not a 1-for-1. Jake Ferguson and Javonte Williams both on bye.
Yep.
Chris Godwin may play, may not.
It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not going to start. And Bayshell Tootin. So they're both kind of in the same spot. The difference is Robert is not missing as many pieces as Ryan is at this point.
Right.
Sarah, I will let you finish us off here. So here's the last pick, and then we're signing off and saying goodbye because we're almost at an hour.
Yes, we are. And it is like an hour past my bedtime, y'all. I choose Robert only because Ryan, your team is not gonna show up at all. Sorry. Really, because they're all on bye week, and that means they don't play. And I think that's how your team's gonna go. And I'm sorry to tell you, but I think Robert's gonna win this one.
Fair enough. Brandon, go ahead.
I too am going to pick Robert, and not because I think, Ryan, that your team is bad, but I think you designed it with this in mind of having that one singular bye week to, count as your loss. And if you win it, that'll be great. But sometimes when I design teams too, I'm like, we'll just do one single bye week, take the loss, and move on. And so for this week, though, I'm going to pick Robert.
Joe.
This one is tough for me because I love Ryan's running backs. I love Dobbins for this week. I love Kyron Williams for this week. Addison I love as well. Metcalf is so boomer bust for me. And then Pittman if he's because he's hurt. I do love the matchup with Justin Herbert. But Robert's wide receivers are strong this week, especially if Odunze goes. And then London and, me fanboying over Marvin Harrison. And then Josh Allen. They're playing your pathetic team, Steven. So it might be they're playing at Miami. So
it means nothing. Josh Allen is
Joe.
the Dolphins' daddy. Like, he just owns us.
Yeah, I think.
No, he changed his mind because he forgot that I was here. And then I gave him stink eye. And he's like, oh, wait, hold on.
No, I just looking at it, I was leaning toward Ryan, but just looking at Robert's team, just the wide receivers are too strong for me. And then Ty Warren, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Robert too.
I'm actually gonna go with Ryan here. So
yeah, it's not a bad pick.
I get where you're coming from, and while I don't disagree, I think Robert could pull this off 100%. From my perspective, Justin Herbert has been playing amazing. Pittsburgh defense has been giving up good points to decent quarterbacks. So I think that could happen. Indianapolis with Drake London. And this is my thing, is if you look at Robert's team, he's all in on the Indianapolis Atlanta game. Just like we talked about with
because Josh Downs,
yeah, just like we talked about with our other game with Jacob.
Yeah,
it's very heavy on that one team, right? Because he's got Drake London, who's going against Indianapolis. He has Tyler Warren and Josh Downs. It's all in.
Yep.
And I just looked up the report. It does sound like DeAndre Swift is expected to play. So I don't think Monogahela is going to help at all. And I don't think he really has a backup running back to deal with that.
No.
So for me, Drake London, Indianapolis, that's a great matchup, but they did just get Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner knows how to play man.
Yep.
I think it could go either way, and I don't think either of us are wrong. I think that's kind of why we're we're split. Well, we're not split. I'm the sole person picking Ryan. All right, Ryan. I guess I am just picking you. So never mind. I'm just picking.
Yeah,
against
like you could
Robert at this
convince me
point.
either way, Steven. My main issue though as well for Ryan is Justin Herbert. I love Herbie, you know that,
for
but
sure.
they just lost Joe Alt, and I know they just traded
Yes.
for another lineman, but
My point is this: the last 3 weeks against Indianapolis, Minnesota, and Tennessee, he's put up 34, 31, and 30.
Yeah.
He literally hasn't scored under 30 points the last 3 weeks. They haven't had a run game since Omarion went down.
yeah, I know they're gonna be pass heavy. I mean, I don't try to go negative for Herbie. You know I love him, so
Yeah. No, it's. I think we're good either way, but I just
Mhm.
I think he's going to end up having a massive game.
no, that's fair. I hope so.
All right. That's all we got. That's it. So appreciate everybody joining us today. You guys, thank you, Sarah,
Yes, thank you
Brandon,
for
for joining. It makes it a little
Thanks for
fun. It
having
does
me.
make the podcast long, but it is fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Like I said at the beginning of this, please like, subscribe. We appreciate you guys all coming. I know you guys are watching. Thank you so much. Again, giving us comments and feedback does help a lot. I appreciate everything. I am going to say this. It's at the end of the podcast, so who knows how much people will get to this. In about 2 weeks, when we hit week 12, I'm going to start doing our breakdowns of, projections on where we need people to win, lose, and go from there. Hoping to get everybody on for a week 14 preview so we could really talk about like who can do this and do that. I already looked ahead to it. I play JJ that week 14. I play JJ. I think that'll be a fun one to talk about and go over. So I'm hoping I can get everybody, but I understand it's a big commitment. But I want to put that in your ears now so that we can start thinking about it in 4 weeks. All right.
I'll start bugging my co-manager.
Other than that, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys coming out and doing this with us. Appreciate everybody watching. But peace.